illicit trade has become much more entrenched over this time period. It's a tragedy. It was already pretty high before we had the lockdown. It was something like 30%, possibly 25, 30% in that order. At the moment, it's 100%. So after the sales ban is lifted, it will go back somewhat, but there will still be these distribution channels that have been very much part of the fabric of this industry. So SARS has got its work cut out, where they really have to then focus on how can they cut back on the illicit trade, which has become so deeply entrenched in the tobacco industry.
Dumb question. When Pravin Gordhan was fighting state capture, he said to us, join the dots. I'm going to ask you to join the dots for me. How is it that the independents have suddenly got 75% share in what is a 100% illicit market?
To be honest, I don't know. The fact that we are seeing all these brands that have been working on the fringes over the last number of years suddenly come to the fore and suddenly becoming the major brands is very, very peculiar. One, does SARS have the capacity to be able to look at the situation and to be able to actually control the manufacturing that takes place? Of course, since the beginning of May, tobacco companies were allowed to produce. I think that is a particularly crazy idea that you're allowed to produce, in principle, for the export market. We know from history that the tobacco industry have got a reputation of making those so-called exports disappear into the local market. So clearly something is not well. And the thing that is not well is that we've got this contradictory policy. On the one hand, we don't allow the sales of cigarettes. We're starving the market. The prices are going sky high. And on the other hand, we're allowing production to take place, so-called for the export market. And it doesn't take a brilliant person to work out that this is going to cause a tension that the tobacco companies will find unable to resist. They want to get into the market because their competitors are getting into the market. And it's time to make lots of hay.
This is an excerpt from Biz News Radio. Get the full interview by downloading our free app. Search Biz News Podcasts on the Android or Apple App Store.